In Inglewood. Today, we start the new season with an AFC West Division battle right out of the gate between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway in Southern California. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Second down, here's Chubb again, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 41, Rodgers. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Van Jefferson was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Rodgers. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big gain of 31 on third down.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
A solid pickup of 13 sets them up first and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Nick Chubb. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders are on the board here first in the season opener. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
The score, Raiders 7, Chargers 0.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Jameis to throw it. Open man here is Conklin. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact,
and the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Desmond King back deep. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he's got room. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Divine Diablo there to make the stop. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. His pass complete to Rucker. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. These two teams all tied after one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing and run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Winston. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. loose football. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down. Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. McCaffrey running up the middle, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Play fake. Winston. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's another Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 16, Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They go play action. Winston. Wide open receiver complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Tyler Conklin, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Chargers have moved out in front. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Rodgers. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Rodgers going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And a Raider first down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, he'll dump this down to Matt Breida.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. It's Rodgers.
Open man there is Collins, complete.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. Touchdown Raiders!
Nico Collins.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Raiders have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Steven Nelson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Michael Gallup, 31 yards.
And the Raiders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Winston. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football. I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Here's the Raiders punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hardy set to return.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Chargers 14. Will Lutz set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Back to it after the pick 6. Winston.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Winston. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made...
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Winston. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's King.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 46-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can attempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
On play action, now Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
And Chubb trying the middle here. And some space here.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. And that run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Chargers 14.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. To throw, Winston. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Going right side here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. To the air again with Winston. Steps away to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston.
And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Gano's kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run again on 1st down. Chubb.
Award that tackle for loss to the linebacker, Denzel Perryman.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw is Winston. And that'll be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jameis again. And a completion to Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So line of scrimmage still with 39 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
On 1st and 10, Winston.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard.
And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Desmond King picks it.
And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, and he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 1st down, here's Breida.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
11 more on that one and another first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I can be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they'll indeed take a knee. The last two plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And they take a knee.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Las Vegas,
they begin the new year 1-0 as they come out.